Hello and welcome to our channel. Here, we share remarkable, hidden, and sometimes unbelievable stories involving the most powerful figures in America. Each story is crafted through the eyes of a witness, told with vivid scenes and powerful detail. If you're ready, let's take a closer look at today's gripping event. Enjoy the video. Bill Gates and the Day of the Strike as told by the Deputy Mayor. My name is Daniel Lewis. I've been serving as the Deputy Mayor of Havenbrook, a mid-sized town in Washington State, for the past 5 years. In this position, you witness more than just policy debates and ribbon-cutting ceremonies. You see people up close, their frustrations, their dignity, their resilience. But some days, what you see doesn't belong in the news. It belongs in memory. This is the story of one such day. It was the morning of March 12th. The air was unusually still. Even the usual buzz of traffic seemed softer, as if the city itself was holding its breath. I stepped into City Hall just past 8:30 a.m. Coffee in hand, my mind already racing through a long agenda. Budget meetings, staff briefings, and of course, yet another delay in payroll processing. But then I looked out of the second-floor window, and everything stopped. Dozens of municipal workers stood outside the building. Their reflective uniforms gleamed faintly under the gray sky. They held signs above their heads, and though their expressions were tired, their posture was firm. We are the invisible ones, no more. 10 years. Same wage. Higher cost of living. We serve the city. Time to serve us. These were the people who swept our streets, fixed broken water mains at 2 a.m. and kept the wheels of Havenbrook turning. And now they were protesting. I'd always respected their work, but I'd never seen them like this, united, wounded, proud. I went into my office, set the coffee down, and buried my face in my hands. The truth? They were right. And we couldn't help them. Our budget had been shredded by cuts in federal aid. Our emergency fund had been drained after the last winter storm. I felt powerless. The finance team was running scenarios upstairs, but none of them looked good. Then came a soft knock on the door. My secretary appeared in the doorway. "Sir, there's a man outside asking to speak with you." I sighed. "Not today. Unless he's got $10 million and a miracle, he'll have to come back." She hesitated. He's very calm, well-dressed, and there's a black Bentley parked out front, with a chauffeur. That made me pause. A Bentley? In Havenbrook? "All right," I said. "Send him in. But make it quick." A few minutes later, the door opened. A tall man walked in, wearing a dark overcoat, a flat cap, and black sunglasses. He looked like someone who'd spent a lot of time trying not to be recognized. He extended his hand politely. "My name's William. I've been listening to the workers outside. I think I may be able to help." I was tired, frustrated, and frankly in no mood for vague offers. "With all due respect," I said, "we are not accepting suggestions from passers-by today." Before I could finish the sentence, he removed his sunglasses, then his cap. Silence. My assistant froze, and my breath caught in my throat. It was Bill Gates. I stumbled over my words. "Mr. Gates, sir, I had no idea. I didn't recognize you." He smiled gently. "That's quite all right. Sometimes anonymity is useful, especially on days like this." I gestured to the seat across from my desk. He sat, his posture relaxed, his eyes alert. We talked for over an hour. I told him everything: the budget, the layoffs, the freeze on raises, the despair our workers felt. He listened, not passively, but deeply, like someone who'd spent decades learning how systems fail and how they can be rebuilt. Then he spoke. He told me that the Gates Foundation had been quietly exploring ways to support struggling municipalities, training initiatives, public-private wage assistance programs, technology upgrades to cut operational costs. He wanted to help, Here. Now. By that afternoon, his team had already reached out to our office. Paperwork was moving faster than I'd ever seen. An unofficial announcement followed. A $3 million fund would be allocated to support Havenbrook's municipal services and improve employee compensation through an independent program. It felt surreal. Just that morning, I couldn't even promise our workers they'd be paid on time. Now, we were rolling out a long overdue reform, powered not by politics, but by compassion. When the meeting ended, Bill stood. He walked to the door, then paused. "I'd like to make one request," he said. "Please don't tell anyone it was me. Let the city move forward on the strength of its decisions, not on the fame of one man." I nodded, moved. He didn't need a headline. He needed change. Outside, the sky had cleared slightly. The workers were still there, many of them now sitting, tired but hopeful. He walked through them unnoticed. A few nodded, thanked him for his kindness. One woman smiled and said, "You're the only one who really stopped to listen." Bill smiled back, said nothing, and kept walking. As he approached the Bentley, the chauffeur opened the door. He turned back briefly. For a moment, our eyes met. And in that single look, he seemed to say, "This isn't goodbye. This is just the beginning." He got in. The car pulled away slowly. Some of the workers turned to watch. Most had no idea who he was. Only I knew. My assistant. And the people who were in that room. He asked that it stay that way. And for a long time, I honored that wish. But today, I'm telling this story because I think it matters. Because not all acts of leadership come from behind a podium. Some happen on the pavement, with quiet words and listening ears. Because sometimes history isn't written in ink. It's whispered between strangers, left behind in a handshake, or a small act of grace. That day, a billionaire in a cap and coat came to a small town and changed it forever. And no one even knew his name. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.